teacher is charged with waking students to the natures of the exit within a school, the kind of communication and decision-making that language teaching institutions vary greatly in terms of how they view their. Some schools, hopefully majority, are committed to the providing quality educational service. Characteristics are indicators of the quality of school or educational institution. A. Essence of mission. What goals does the institution have? 1. A strategic plan. A description of the long-term vision and goals of an overview of the function of strategic planning in effective language programs, and identifies 6 elements of a good strategic planning: vision, values, purpose. 2. The quality of mechanisms. Refer to system of a school has in place to ensure. 3. Flexible organizational framework. Effective school and language programs who encourage teacher to innovative career goals and expand their roles and responsibilities over time if there are many aspects of a teacher work. 4. Teacher workspace. One way of determining how seriously a school regards its teacher and the work they do is the space it provides for it. 5. Teacher resource room. Teachers need access to a good range of current room or similar facilities in order to update their professional knowledge. 6. Class size. Class size needs for each type of course should be established based on teacher, learner, and school factors and when needed. B. The role of teacher. Many things can be done that create a context for good teaching, but it is teachers themselves who ultimately determine the success of program. Language teaching institutions vary greatly in the type of the employee. Language teacher and operating within defined standards of quality, attempts have been made conceptualize the natures of teacher knowledge. Core components of teacher knowledge include the following: a widely taught initial qualification for language teacher focus on 6 areas of basic teaching skill. They are the learner, the teacher, and teaching or learning context, planning for effective teaching of adult learners of English, classroom management and teaching skills, resource and materials for teaching, support for teacher if teacher is expected to teach well and to develop their teaching skills and knowledge every time. They need an ongoing support. New teachers need a careful orientation to teaching a segment in order to clarify the goals of the program, teaching a process, resources, problems to teacher need good materials to teach from either in the form of commercial information on this course, aims and objectives, recommended material and method, suggested learning activities, and procedures for assessment. C. The teaching process. The focus here is on the teaching practice that occur within a program, how this can be characterized, and how quality teaching can be achieved, and teacher principles and a product of their experience, their training and curriculum planner, and the teacher themselves will facilitate. D. The learning process. It is important to ensure that the learners understand the goals of the course, the reason for the way it is organized and taught, and the process to learning. They will be encouraged to take. Learners will be positive deposit towards the course, will have the appropriate skills the course demands, or will share the teacher understanding of what the learner enters of course with their own views of teaching and learning, and thus may not be identical to those of our teacher. The roles of teacher and learners. Will they need any special orientation or teaching in order learning stylus? Learners' learning stylus may be an important factor in the success of teaching and may not necessarily reflect those the teacher recommended. E. Application of curriculum through lesson plan. The definition of through lesson plan is the act or process of making plans for something, and learning is the act of teaching something to somebody. So, the learning plan is a plan the teacher to teach certain subject at certain lesson plan. In Indonesia context can be defined as the elaboration of syllabus which illustrates the teaching and learning activities to achieve the goals of basic competencies. Indicator for competency achievement. The specific basic competencies as the reference for the subject evaluation. The indicators for competency achievement are formulated with instructional goals in illustrates the process and the learning outcome achieved by the students in accordance the basic competences. Time is allocated as much as needed to achieve the basic competencies. Methods are used by teacher to create to the teaching and learning process to enable the student to achieve the basic competence or a set of the competency which will be accepted in every subject. F. Learning activities as well, so that they can participate during lesson. This is the main learning process and aimed at achieving the basic joyfully, cleanses, motivating the student to participate actively. The activity done to end lesson which can be in the form of summarizing, evaluation, reflection, feedback, and follow-up activities. The indicators for competence achievement and refer to the evaluation learning. Research selecting the learning resource should consider the competence, the standard, and the basic competences, as well as the learning material, the teaching and learning activities, and also the indicators for competences.